Alright guys, how we all doing? I'm going to make my week 1 picks. It's been a very weird and unprecedented year, but I feel like it's time to make my picks and it's time to get this football season started, so I'm going to make my week 1 picks. So first off, let's start with the NFL kickoff game tomorrow night between the Texans and the Chiefs. Just ignore that notification. I'm going for the Chiefs. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and Michelle Tafoya will be on the call on NBC. The referee for that game is Clete Blakeman. He was the head referee in Super Bowl 50. But yeah, I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to take the NFL kickoff game to start their Super Bowl title defense. This is also a rematch of the AFC divisional game. And now on to Sunday's games. Just give me a moment. All right, so first it's against the Eagles and the Washington football team. The Washington football team was the team that was formerly known as the Washington Redskins. Thank God they changed their name. It just sounded so racist, and they did it at the right time, even during these times of social justice. But yeah, the commentators for that game on Fox are Kevin Burkhardt, Daryl Johnston, and Pam Oliver. The referee will be Brad Rogers. And I'm going to say that the Eagles take this one. All right, next we got the Dolphins and the Patriots from Foxborough. That game is on CBS. The commentators for the game will be Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. The referee will be Adrian Hill. This is the Patriots' first game without Tom Brady, as he will not return to the Patriots for his 21st season. And this is Belichick's first game without Brady. So it's not exactly Tua time in Miami yet. So I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to win this one, and they can still win without Brady, even with Cam Newton. But sadly, I do not have that game on in my area, and I have no early game for CBS. All right, next we got the Packers and the Vikings from US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The commentary team on Fox will be Chris Myers, Greg Jennings, Brock Huard, and Jen Hale. The referee is Bill Vinovich. He is controversial. He was the referee in the Rams-Saints NFC Championship game and was the referee in last year's Super Bowl. So I'm going to say that the Vikings win this one. Sorry if this is taking a bit long. Okay, so now for the Colts and the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Colts. So Philip Rivers gets his first win in a Colts uniform. The commentary team on CBS is Spiro Dides and Adam Archuleta. And I don't see the referee for that game. So yeah, I'm going with the Colts. And then we got the Bears and the Lions, which is in my area on Fox. And I'm going with my Bears because last year was awful. And Trubisky is getting the starting job. I hope he does well, even though I wanted Nick Foles because he won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia a few years ago. But yeah, I think we win this one to go 0-1 to start the year, and that'll give us plenty of momentum. And the commentary team is and Kenny Albert is calling that game on Fox, and the referee will be Alex Kemp. Okay, next we have the Las Vegas Raiders against the Carolina Panthers. So it's the end of the Newton era in Carolina. They could have won the Super Bowl that year and could have been a dynasty, but yeah, things just fell apart. But yeah, Raiders and the Panthers from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. The commentary team on CBS is Greg Gumbel, Rich Gannon, and Jay Feely. The referee is Brad Allen. And I'm going to say the Raiders win this one and get their first win as the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, next we got the Jets and the Bills from Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Their stadium was known as Ralph Wilson Stadium. Then it changed to New Era Field, and now it's Bills Stadium until they get a new name. But the commentary team for that game is Andrew Catalon, James Lofton, and AJ Ross. The referee is Sean Smith. And the Bills look to be running the East this year, so I'm going to go with Buffalo. This is going to take a while. Okay, next we got the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Baker Mayfield and the Browns going up against the reigning MVP Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I expect Lamar to have another fantastic year. We thought the Browns were going to rule it last year. I thought they were going to go 10-6, but they went 6-10. Hopefully they can do much better this year, but I have to give this game to the Ravens. And the commentary team is Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn for CBS. And I don't see the referee there. Okay, so next we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. That game is on Fox and will be called by Adam Amin, Mark Skreleth, and Lindsay Zarniak, I think is how you say her name. The referee will be Sean Hachalui. And the Falcons just wants to end the 28-3 jokes. I mean, like, I have no problem with them, but they ultimately blew it, that Super Bowl. And they could have been a dynasty like the Panthers. But I'm going to give this game to Seattle because I like them better. All right. And now we have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. I called them the Bungles last year because they were terrible. And obviously they tanked for the number 1 spot and they got Joe Burrow, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, and led LSU to a national title last year. So it's Joe Burrow's first game in a Bengals uniform, and the Chargers took Justin Herbert out of Oregon, who won the Rose Bowl, the number 6 pick, and the Chargers is starting Tyrod Taylor. The game will be called by Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. The referee is Clay Martin. I don't know if I said that, but I'm going to give this to the Bengals so Joe Burrow has a great start to his NFL career. Okay. Just ignore the background noises. Okay, now we got the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are the defending NFC champions, and they came so close to lifting Vince Lombardi's trophy last year, but this is the beginning of their revenge tour. So calling the game for Fox is Kevin Kugler, Chris Spielman, and Laura Oakman. And I'm going to give this game to the Niners. And believe it or not, last year I think the Niners would have gone 3-13. But man, I was wrong and I was looking in a mirror. And also the Chargers-Bengals game is on my area in CBS, I forgot to mention. All right. Up next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. That game is on my area in Fox. It's Brady's first game in a Bucs uniform against Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Hopefully the Saints' decade-long playoff heartbreak ends, because if they go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to cheer for them. I'd say they've had enough of pain and suffering and misery. The game will be called by Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Aaron Andrews. The referee has not yet been announced as of the time I'm recording this, so I'm going to give this to the Buccaneers to give Tom Brady's first game as a Buccaneer, a victory, and shows he can win without Belichick. And besides, he's reunited with Gronk. So that's great. And then finally, we have Sunday Night Football, where it'll be the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott visiting Aaron Donald and the LA Rams at their brand new stadium, SoFi Stadium, which looks magnificent. So that game on NBC will be called by Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, and Terry McAuley. The referee has not yet been announced, and I'm going to give this one to the Rams. They made the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. They were so close. And it'll give them a fresh start in their brand new home. All right, now on to the Monday night doubleheader. First off, we got the Steelers and the Giants from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And it is going to be the Giants' first game since the Manning era came to an end when Eli Manning retired. And I hope Daniel Jones wins them a few Super Bowl rings. Calling the game on ESPN is Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, and the referee is Craig Rolstad, and I'm going to give this one to the Steelers because it's Big Ben's first game in almost a year, and yeah, I'd say he has something to feel proud of. After suffering that injury, I felt so bad for him. Okay, and then finally, we have the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. The Titans, man, they were just incredible last year. And they would have gone to the Super Bowl. I would have cheered for them if they beat the Chiefs. So I'm going to go for the Titans over the Broncos. And Drew Lock's going to be amazing. And it's the first game in the new Monday Night booth with Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, Brian Grease, and Lisa Salters. The referee has not yet been announced. But yeah, I'm going with the Titans. Anyways, that is the end of my Week 1 picks. Hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, let's see how accurate these picks were. So yeah, that's all for now. See ya.